extraordinarily tight, you can sit on a bolster. And you're going to have that second bolster available to you if you need it. So this would be the example of sitting on a blanket, if needed. In order to decide whether or not you're sitting on a blanket, that lower back should be ever so slightly concave. And then we're taking our strap, taking our legs so that the heels are right at the corner of the mat, and then tightening the strap like so. So that the strap is now taut as you gently pull the heels out so that there's a nice outer line in the outside of the legs, good. And we have a chance to turn the toes up. And then to help to ground the femur bones, we're taking that bolster on top of the thighs and just dropping those thighs down. So we're working on the hips. So if you can, see if you can sit a little taller. Draw the lower ribs in and lift through the armpit, chest, the sternum, the back body as well. So you can feel that lift through the back, the sides, the front. And we're focusing now on the legs. See if you can start to feel those heels reach forward. So if your toes are turning out, that's the dead cowboy. You want to turn the toes in. Yes, and lead with the heels. Because we're creating that sense of rolling those inner ankles out to create that resistance in the outer feet. And we're pressing down through those outer heels, but the inner thighs are rolling in. So that's why the outsides of the feet need to be parallel, not the dead cowboy. Good. So let's feel the exhale travel through the heels here. If you can take it, start a deep inhale and exhale, deep exhale. But as you exhale, try to lift up. So this is where the strength comes in. We're starting to use those side abdominals that wrap around the spine to create that length and lift. And the legs are working now as we press the bolster down into the thighs. Feel those kneecaps lifting up. See if you can lift them a little more. So as the kneecaps pull up to the upper thighs and start to join to create that tightness around the bone, see if you can, in the backs of the thighs, spread them. And right where that crease of the leg and the buttocks meets, see if you can widen that crease from the inner to the outer thigh. Again, lifting and lengthening through the side body, through the front and the back. So where your sacrum is, create that sense of somebody pressing into your sacrum. So you're resisting that effort. And this will help to give you a little more length through the lower back. The front pelvic floor area from the pubic bone up to the belly button. Feel the belly button lift up and in. And let's breathe deep breaths. Let the breath start to lead the effort now. See if you can spread those creases right where the leg of the buttocks meet, from the inner to the outer leg. And then press down through the backs of those thighs. Press down through the backs of those thighs. So we're making space by spreading the backs of the legs. Deep breaths. Feel the breath lead the effort now. that fourth toe and draw it back. See if you can feel that fourth toe draw towards you and lift up. So those legs should be starting to be working pretty hard now. The firmness, the expression, adhere the muscle to the bone. So as we start to work from the bone outwards, we create this beautiful energy, this strength. As the muscles get tighter to the bone, that's youth. That's youth in a jar. Fold forward and just grab your feet. Lift your belly, the front of the body up and over the bolster. Yeah. So the belly button is lifting up and over. On is to create that hinge where we fold right at the crease of the hip, not from the upper spine. Good job, you guys. Okay, so let's move the bolster to the right. Let's take our strap and make a small loop. So a nice small loop. Let's have our happy brick, and we're going to bend the right leg and open the left. And let's just start by taking the brick to the inside of the leg. So open that leg to the side. Yes, good. Right out to the side if you can. Take your right hand to the sacrum. And let's start to gently press that block away. So feel that action of the kneecap lifting to the upper thigh, pressing the back of the thigh down. And see how the head of this humerus is dropping forward? We want to create that opening through the armpit chest. So see if you can feel your inner shoulder blades look towards each other in the back body. So just do your best. And we're just pressing that block away. See if you can push that block away. Push the block away. Let's take a deep inhale, and as you lift the armpit chest, exhale through that left heel. Try to feel the inner shoulder blades, the upper body integrating with the lower half. One more time, let's push the block away. So sitting on a bolster might help to create that better viewpoint so that we're folding over as opposed to working from back here. Just do your best. Let's reach that right hand up and over. So turn the right hand up and let's push the block away. Push the block away. So as we start to work and open through the central nervous system, you may experience this lovely desire to yawn. That's a good thing. Just let that yawn roll. So push the block away. Push out through that left heel. Try to lift the belly up so you're not collapsing. Good. And take your left elbow to your inner left thigh if you can, and see if you can twist and open some more. So lifting that right elbow up, and then try to reach that right hand. Stretch the hand. Just do what you can them up and out. And now we're going to take the strap with the loop around this foot. And we're taking the strap behind us to help open that shoulder. So I know you have a shoulder issue and I'm looking at you going, and I do too, most of us. 1 in 4 people in North America will have a severe shoulder issue in their lifetime. So see if you can take your hand around. So the trick is to walk this hand down the strap, and it helps to grab. To grab whatever you can. So, you know, if you can grab the foot, great. But you want to try to open the head of that humerus. Open it up. That's it. And let's push the block away again as we open that chest. So be sure that you're not turning with the neck. You want to turn from the lower half so this chin is right above the sternum. We don't twist with the neck. Just do your best. Lift the sternum. Feel that inner right shoulder blade. Try to squeeze towards the left. So with each inhale and exhale, try to lift up. Stand tall, y'all, is the expression. Lift up and out of your joints. Breathe deeply if you can. One more time, see if you can open that right shoulder just a millimeter. Maybe it's not even a visible movement, but a thought inside. Good. And then then slowly release and come up. Good job. So we're going to take the left leg forward now. And see if you can bring your belly over that inner left thigh and just simply fold forward. So try to press that left thigh down. This helps a lot. So press that left thigh down and feel that sense of lifting up and over that natural girdle. Good job. So we're working that left leg. Feel the exhale travel through that left heel. So we're making that left leg long, belly button over to the inner left thigh. Letting the breath lead you there. Good. Let's gently release. And let's take the foot to the floor so you have a hand space. And let's take the right hand to the left foot. That's it. Good. And try to press through that right foot. We're getting that right side, the liver, the spleen, the pancreas, all areas behind those right ribs. So try to create some momentum with the breath. And you're drawing that right knee in. So to open that crease of that inner right elbow up helps to drop the right shoulder down, and then we lift and lengthen through the right side of the spine by lifting through that armpit chest. Drawing that right shoulder blade back as we start to fold forward. inside the torso, where all of the organs live. So breathe deeply, deep breaths, let the breath create some energy for you, some circulation. Let the breath activate that left prefrontal cortex that will make you feel better. When you go for a run or a bike ride, you feel great at the end, right? Yeah. Because all of these feel-good chemistries start to be released inside the body, and that's what creates that excitement, that passion.
I was pretty happy because I can breathe out of both of my nostrils.
Yeah, breathing. It's number one. Oxygen is number one, water is number two, elimination is number three on the list of what humans need first and foremost. There's no negotiating there. So when you start to rob the body of breath in some way, it becomes very unhappy, the body. So remember, we are not the body, we're not the mind. All right, nicely done. Let's gently release that right leg. And we're going to flush the body and then do the other side. So we're taking a downward dog, just a free and clear downward dog. If you are super tight, take your blocks to the wall, like so. And this will help to create a little bit more opening in the upper chest. So, tucking the toes in and under, drop those shoulders down, right down, and roll the creases of the inner elbows up, so that you're externally rotating the shoulders. And then the feet, we turn those toes in, because we want the outsides of the feet parallel. And then as we press down to the balls of the feet, let's roll the inner ankles out, pressing hard to the outer heels. So as those kneecaps lift up, the inner thighs draw back, the outer hips draw back, the inner thighs draw back, the fronts of the thighs draw back. And the shoulders are dropping down, down, down as you create that sense of lifting the hips up. And now see if you can create that length through the lower back. Create that sense of length through the lower lumbar. This is what's going to help lengthen those arms, lengthen the torso. It creates length through the flank of the torso. If you focus on lengthening your lower lumbar area. Really nice. Lift those kneecaps and work those legs as much as you can by pressing through those outer heels. Press through your outer heels. Good job. All right, gently drop the knees down. If you need to take a moment in child's pose, feel free. By bringing the toes together, knees wide. Since we're here, then spread the left hand underneath the right and drop your left ear down. Let's take the left hand back to meet the right. And let's spread the right hand underneath the left. Turn the right ear down. move that right hand back. And just feel the stretch, the length through the sides of the body. And let's come up now and do that second side. So if you feel that maybe you need a little more height, sit higher. It's never too late. It's never too late to explore the options. So this time we're bending the left leg and taking the block to the inner right ankle. And by pressing that right hand on the block, this helps to keep the right side open, because eventually we're turning. But let's take that left hand to the sacrum and start to feel the exhale travel through that right heel. So again, it's all about the breath. Nicely done back there. So push the ball forward, and then start to find the upper body as well by opening the head of that humerus, feeling the inner shoulder blades together in the back body. Push the block. So feel the exhale travel through the heels. Don't let those toes turn out. So this is where you can feel there's strength and flexibility involved here. The more you press that right thigh down, the better. So it's all things considered here. Not just the front where the kneecap is lifting to the upper thigh, but the back body is also involved as you spread the crease of that inner leg, right where the leg and buttocks meet from the inner to the outer thigh. So feel that spread. Feel what happens when you start to create that resistance by opening the back of that right thigh. See what happens when you feel your inner shoulder blades squeeze together in the back. So the whole core is involved to do that. Good. Let's take that left hand up and over now. Turn the palm up and push the block away to reach the hand. Push the block away. So these are great lateral moves to lengthen the spine, to lengthen the sides of the spinal column, to create space between those vertebrae, and to bring muscle tissue around the spinal column to support so that you can stand tall, y'all, and lift up and up those joints, aligning your body correctly. So one more time. Push the block. And if you'd like, in these last moments, take that right elbow and see if you can turn yourself a little. Turn, lift that elbow. Very nice. Drop the right shoulder down. And then maybe reach the arm. Just do what you can. Turning and twisting. Good. Let's slowly come up. Time well spent, right? Time well spent. Because it takes away the patterns in the body of getting old. It reverses it. And there's just no pill for this. All right. And I love to read through these Iyengar manuals that are handcrafted in Pune. They're so detailed and so incredibly wonderful in terms of ideas. Okay, let's take that left hand round. So remember, I'm using the right hand to assist the left. Everything's working together here. And we're working toward getting that left hand down. So walk it down, walk it down, walk it down. Try to open the shoulder. Yeah. helps to lift up. And then we open the shoulders some more. Good job. And let's let the breath lead the effort here. Lift and lengthen. Lift and lengthen. That's it. Push through that heel. Good job. So push through that right leg. Opening the left shoulder, opening the head of that humerus. Feeling the inner shoulder blades start to look for each other. So feel the breath lift on both the inhale and exhale. So the creases of the arm and chest are lifting up on both the inhale and the exhale. So pressing through that right thigh on the exhale, the bottom of that right thigh, to create that sense of lifting up and out. That's where the freedom is. Being out of your joints, being out of the ligaments. Good job. So if you'd like to release, and just take that hand if you want one more time. It feels a little more accessible. Good job, you guys. Let's slowly come up. Make your strap. And let's bring the right leg forward. So we bring the belly to the inner right thigh. So try and bring that belly button over as you fold. And you're pressing down through that right thigh, trying to ground that right femur bone. Lifting the belly up and over. So you're leading with the sternum, the nose is lifting up and forward, not collapsing and allowing the upper spine to do the work. Good. So you're intelligizing all of these muscles. It's just, you're bringing things back to life, and you can feel it. You don't have to, as Mr. Anger says, you don't have to run around the block and agitate the central nervous system when you're not feeling great too. So this quiet, detailed work is time well spent. And you'll feel the peace at the end inside the central nervous system. It feels peaceful and alive. Good. All right. Let's take the foot and bring it to the floor. Have that space. So a handprint is your guide. And just folding forward here. Using this left foot. Pressing into the left foot. Thinking about the left side of the body, trying to give it a little bit of a massage. Breathing deeply, deep breaths now. Allow your breath to lead the effort. Try to draw that left knee in so you feel that sense of massage as you breathe deeply. And then if you'd like to bind, otherwise you're just digging. That's what I call it, digging for gold. Breathing deeply, letting the breath lead the effort. It's quite charming. Good. And then slowly release. And let's bring the right foot to meet the left as we bring the soles of the feet together. Taking your hands behind, let's lift the hips and just linger here in midair. Trying to bring your buttocks as close to your heels as you can. So press through those outer heels. Try to draw your knees away from you. Try to let the knees drop. Yeah, good. So that's clever in the back. So if you were sitting on a bolster, you know, it's going to give you a little more leverage. This really does give you some leverage. Try to take those knees down and away from you. Pressing through those outer feet. That's it. Try to create that sense of the energy traveling from the hips along the tops of the thighs out to the knees. So feel the energy travel out through your knees. Feel your outer buttocks, cheeks drawing in as you drop your hips down. Let's take the hands in front, elbows if you can to the shins, and lift your nose up and forward. I'll let you stand up, Katie.
Actually, keeping the warm air and the moistness.
Yeah, it's the moistness.
Yeah, and I feel, yeah, it's giving me relief. So thank you for making me work.
It's my pleasure. As I said, I'm just trying to make everybody happy and keep everybody safe. That's my job.
Yeah.
So lift that nose up and forward. So Baddha Konasana is the pose that will change the rest of your yoga practice. That's why we spend so much time here. And eventually, hopefully, the knees will drop down. Try to look at your knees and try to take them at the same level. So again, that powerful expression of observation really helps to allow us to understand what's happening in the body, not just feeling what's happening in the body, but observing. Good. Let's gently release here. Let's straighten the legs. And let's fold forward here. So if you need the strap, take the strap. And try to work from the arms being relatively straight because you want to draw the shoulder blades back. And then lift through the armpit chest. Press through the backs of the thighs. This is an amazing pose. Yeah, an amazing pose. So that we eventually fold from the hip and not the upper spine. So in order for that to happen, we have to feel those femur bones working, grounding, wrapping tight around the bone. We have to feel the length of the exhale travel through the heels. We feel the armpit chest lift on both the inhale and exhale. We try to feel the shoulder blades draw back and in towards each other. Lower ribs in. Good job, you guys. That's release. We're going to take a downward dog, free falling, so cross your ankles. If you are a tight downward dogger, then you can always take your hands and turn them out at the corners. You can grab the mat like so that you can pull it apart. But as you tuck the toes in and under, drop the shoulders down and roll the creases of those inner elbows up because you want the shoulders externally rotating out and the inner shoulder blades in the back drawn together. Lower ribs lift to the hips and the hips lift up, up, up. And as you use the momentum of pressing down to the balls of the feet and lengthening your toes, see if you can roll those inner ankles out now and press hard to the outer heel. This helps the shins to draw back and in. It helps the outer line of the body draw back and in to unite in its center. The inner thighs draw back, you're in and back. Try to create that sense of lifting up, 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 up. Good, let's drop the knees down. So I have an animal that is over in my blanket here, so y'all should take a blanket, or at the very least you can fold your mat. Bring your knees onto the mat. Let's have both blocks nearby here. And let's take the block out to the right as we step the left foot out to the left. So this is a lateral twist for the spine, and it's a back lift. Time well spent. See if you can press through that outer left foot. And take your pelvis forward, open that left armpit chest. So as you press through your left foot, reach the left hand in the opposite direction. Good, take those hips forward, lift your belly. Shoulders down, away from the ears. Good, let's slowly lift up. Let's take the right hand up and over to the left. So you see how tight the sides of the spine are. It's quite shocking, isn't it? And this is where all the organs live, so this is where the disease is, right? It's not usually in your hands and your feet and your arms and legs. So we're creating this opening, we're creating circulation, that's it. Lift the belly, lift the elbow, take that right hand to the left if you can. Eventually the hands come together, maybe. You notice how we really work towards getting into the side body. Because it's lengthening the spine. It's a lateral twist. And everything is open. Let's come on up. Let's change sides. So if it's easier for you to come down lower, you're looking for your ideal. You're looking for your place in the pose, making it your own pose. By pressing through that right foot, take your hips forward, open that right underarm chest area. So liberating the upper chest as well as the pelvic floor. Number 1 and number 2 disease centers, time well spent. Breathe deeply, deep breath, stretch the right hand away from the right foot. Then slowly come up. So we feel the side abdominal area working hard as we take the left hand over to the right. So this is core. Breathe deeply, deep breaths, dropping that right hip, lifting the belly, creating that tucking, that scooping action with the pelvis. Trying to bring that left hand a little further over to the right. Deep breaths here. Slowly come up again. Good job. So again, we're going to keep our blocks nearby. And we're taking a downward dog with our heels quite close to the wall. So let's tuck the toes in and under and lift the hips up here. And then let's take that right leg up the wall as much as you can. Drop the left heel down. So dropping the left heel down, rolling that inner left ankle out and pressing that outer heel down to lift the kneecap up. Just do what you can. Breathe deeply. Bring half those shoulders down away from the ears. Lower ribs into the torso. Good job. Then step the right foot forward into the lunge. And this is where we have our happy blocks. So see if you can get that left heel to the wall. Left heel to the wall. Good. And try to have your knee above your ankle. That's it. Exactly. Good job. So have your blocks so they're underneath your shoulders. Like sometimes I see this. We are having the blocks work for us, not against us. That's it. So align everything. And press the back of that left heel to the wall. Lift the top of that left thigh up. Yes. Try to drop your hips down. Drop your hips. So as you press through that right heel, draw that outer right buttocks cheek in and back. So feel the right hip draw back. Good. Good job, you guys. And then let's take that left heel to the floor and see if you can bring your block to the inside here. And let's take the left arm overhead, pressing through that left heel. You got it. So take the left heel down, Ellie. It'll be easier.
I can't.
Okay. You can't bring it to the floor?
I can't for twist.
Okay.
Oh.
So shorter distance for you, David. You're working toward getting this right thigh parallel, so we have a 90-degree angle here. Good job, you guys. We're opening, pressing through that back leg. That's the director. Keeping that outer right buttocks cheek in. Good job. Let's take the left hand down as you lift the left heel up. And let's bring the forearms down. And again, pressing through that left heel. lifting the chest forward. So a shorter distance. That's it. Now, just doing what you can. So the best effort is to try and lift the armpit, chest, and sternum forward. If you can bring your forearms to the floor, great. Or down more. Good. So take your hands back to the blocks. Let's come back up. Take the right block over. And then slowly straighten that right leg. And let's pivot the right foot forward. And heel, toe, heel, toe. And let's fold forward here. If you can have your hips on top of your ankles and knees, and your outer feet are parallel. And let's fold forward here. So again, roll those inner ankles out. Draw that outer calf back, outer hips back. Lifting your kneecaps as your inner thighs draw back. Let your head hang from your mid-thoracic spine if you can. Bring the shins, the hands to the shins as we reach forward into the flat back. So again, rolling those inner ankles out and pressing hard through those outer heels. Roll the creases of your inner elbows forward. And let's lift up and stretch. Good job. And then one more time, folding forward here as you hinge from the hip. Let your head hang from the mid-thoracic spine. Try to have the weight forward, more the front of the feet, so you're not back in your ligaments. Hands to the hips as you come up. Good job. Good. So let's do the other side. The hard part is almost done, Alex. You'll feel good at the end. You'll feel a little energy back, you know? Yeah. Okay, so let's have our blocks nearby. Let's take that downward dog. And this time, let's take the left leg off the wall and drop the right heel down. So be sure to have that ball of the foot pressing down, roll your inner right ankle out so that you start to feel that outer right heel tracking towards the ground. That right kneecap is lifting. You're working the left foot to lift you higher. Shoulders down away from the ears. And let's step the left foot forward into the lunge. Take your blocks and let's get that right heel to the wall. So maybe get your blocks first. Start down on the ground. Yes, take your blocks higher. That's it. And now lift your knee. Yeah. So maybe walk that left foot a little further forward and try and straighten the leg. That's it. So you're pressing that right heel to the wall, lifting the top of that right thigh up into the back. Drawing that outer left hip back, outer left hip back. So we're looking for that 90-degree angle, right? In that left leg. The top of the right thigh lifting up into the back. Press that right heel, press it into the wall. And now let's take that right heel down to the floor so we have that heel-to-heel alignment. Take the block inside. Pressing through that back right heel as you open that right shoulder and take your right hand over your head here. So we draw the right arm into the socket and then make it long. Just do your best. Breathe deeply here. Deep breaths. Press through that back right leg. That's the ticket. Okay, let's drop that right hand down, lifting the right heel up again as we come into the lizard. So again, if you want to drop your knee down and then start up. And let's come into the happy lizard here. So press that right heel into the wall, reach the armpit chest, the sternum forward. Deep breaths here, deep breaths. Good job, everybody. And then let's slowly come up. Straighten the left leg, dropping the right heel down as we pivot the feet forward. So turning your toes into the outer feet are parallel, and then just folding forward here. Just drop your head. Eventually you're welcome to hands in towards the feet. But you're again holding those inner ankles out. Pressing hard to those outer heels. Hinging and folding forward. Let your head be heavy. Deep breaths in again. Hands to the hips, and slowly come up. Heel, toe. Now we have something new today. So let's take our happy chair and just bring it just to the edge of your mat. So that you are going to be standing right in the center of the line. And we're coming as close to the wall as you can. Take your right foot like so and walk the left leg in as close to the wall as you can. And then let's reach the arms up. Have a little bit of a wonky chair here. It's in the same. So try to tap, lift that left kneecap up, lower ribs down. So straighten your arms, reach up. Okay. Grab your thighs. So the left thigh is drawn back. And we're dropping that right hip down. So feel that length. That's it, exactly. Good job. Feel that length. Stand tall, y'all. See if you can lift taller. Lift taller. So we're taking that right leg back. All right, take your right hand down to your into the right thigh. So tuck, tuck, tuck. Good. And then let's slowly release, step the right foot down. Let's take the chair over to the other side. So bring that right leg as close as you can to the wall. And let's take the left leg out to the side. And reach the arms up. So try and walk that left foot back. And tuck. So press through that outer right heel. So you're rolling that outer right ankle out, not turning the foot out. So one side may be easier than the other. Draw that right thigh back. Draw that right thigh back. Tuck, tuck, tuck. So feel that sense of tucking. Scooping your pelvis. Feel that sacrum nice and even to the wall. So it's as though you're pressing your sacrum into the wall, just like before. Remember how I was explaining to you? As though someone were pressing from behind. Let's take the left hand down. See if you can open that left leg a little more. So tuck, tuck, tuck. There's two actions going on here. Good. And then slowly release. We're taking this chair back to the other side again. And now we're doing another twist. We're just simply taking that right leg back up to the chair again. And let's lift the left heel and turn the foot in as much as you can. So that right hip is against the wall, and we're just lifting the heel up and turning the toes in. When we're twisting, turning to the right. Pressing that right hip into the wall. Breathing deeply, so try to lift up and out. Lift up and out of your joints. Pressing that right hip into the wall. Using the momentum of this left leg. Lifting to the armpit chest. Good, let's slowly release. Stepping the right foot down. And let's taking the chair to the other side. Left leg to the wall, so the left hip is against the wall. And then lifting the right heel up and just turning that right foot in, turning the toes in. And here we are, pressing that left hip into the wall, using this right leg. Turning as we twist to the left. Lift your chest, so press from that right heel, stand tall. Pressing that left hip into the wall. Good job, you guys. Just a few more breaths. And then let's unwind. And just bring your chair forward. And we're taking the feet 2 feet from the wall and just rolling forward. So bring your feet away from the wall. Try to be a little risky and walk those feet a little further away. And again, roll those inner ankles out so you're pressing through your heels. Those knees nice and open. Feel your inner thighs draw together. Lift the belly up. Breathe deeply, your full body rest. So Allie, walk your feet even further away. Same with you, David. Even further. Take your left hand to your outer right thigh. Good. Let's take the left hand back to meet the right. Take your right arm to your outer left leg. Good job, you guys. Taking your right hand back to meet your left. Let's bend the knees here and just press off the wall. Let's do the chair over to the side. Now we're coming down onto the back body. Blanket underneath the back of your head and have your bolster on your right side. Let's draw the thighs to the chest. Don't forget to bring a blanket behind the back of your head. Kitty has pilfered my blanket. And we're just rocking from side to side to release the lower back and the hips. Rock, rock, rock. Let's bring the left foot to the floor and just draw the right thigh into the chest. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Tuck the right side of the pelvis in and under to draw that right thigh a little closer to the chest. But again, feel the length of the spine. Feel that sense of lifting away from the pelvis, shoulders down. Deep breaths here. Take some deep breaths. Dropping that thigh a little closer. Feeling the shoulders drop a little more. Let's extend the left leg long. And as you flex that left foot, feel that exhale travel through that left heel. Take the back of that left thigh down to the floor. So you're decreasing the space behind the back of the left thigh. enough so that there's space, just a bit of space behind your lower back, and you're dropping those lower ribs in towards the torso, creating space behind that lower back area without changing anything. Deep breaths, lengthening that left leg, making it longer and longer as you tuck the right side of the pelvis in and under. So those two actions happen together. Good job, you guys. Let's bring the left foot to the floor. Take the strap with the loop around the ball of the right foot. So number one, this right leg needs to be straight. So if it is here, that's fine, as long as the leg is straight. And then we take the hands all the way overhead to the floor. So the right leg is straight. And we want to create that sense of pulling the right hip to the left foot. Pulling that left hip away from us. Letting that right hip be heavy to the floor. And now the work is to exhale through that right heel. So as you exhale, feel the lower ribs drop down. Feel the full value of that exhale traveling through that right heel. So that right hip drops down as the right heel lengthens. Deep breaths here, deep breaths. Let's extend the left leg long. So straightening your left leg. Good. Let's reach through both heels now. Feel the length traveling through both heels. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Let your mind fall away. Feel the opening that comes from the freedom of the breath. Moksha, freedom. It's coming from that breath work. Take your bolster and just tuck it slightly underneath that right hip. Just do your best. Let's reach the right hand as close to the right foot. So the right arm is straight, left arm out to the side as you open that right leg. Good. You want enough support to keep the left side of the body taut like a knife dropping down into the ground. So pressing down to the back of that left thigh. Imagine somebody very heavy, a heavy animal sitting on top of that left thigh. Flexing that left heel, making those legs long. Cutting the floor like a knife on the left side. Inhale as you bring the right leg back up to center. And now let's bring the left foot to the floor and just release the strap. Take your hands to the floor. Let's exhale through that right heel. Exhale through this right heel. Breathe deeply, full body breaths as you exhale through the right heel. as though the whole leg were lifting up through the exhale. It's a dramatic feeling in the end. Push through your heel, everybody. Push through that right heel. So you're using the left leg as well to keep everything nicely contained and lined. Good job. Let's bend that right leg and just take the outer right foot so that you're dropping that right thigh to the outer right side while you're leading with that right shoulder. Just dropping that right leg down. Just do your best. And of course, you're most welcome to straighten the left leg. But the focus is to get that right shoulder drawing down to the floor, dropping that right leg down, feeling the center of the buttocks as you work. And again, feeling free to straighten that left leg. Breathe deeply here, full body breaths, dropping the right shoulder away from the ear. Draw the right thigh in to meet the left. Let's remove the strap and take a little rock here. Rock, rock, rock. Y'all feel so good, so open and free. Let's take the bolster to the left side. Draw the left thigh into the chest, dropping the left thigh to the torso, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, letting the chin drop into the chest as the back of the neck lengthens. Breathe deeply. So always look for the center of the buttocks. Try to feel the center, right where your sacrum area is. Tucking the left side of the pelvis in and under to draw that left thigh closer to the chest. Extend the right leg long. So the pelvis is tilting forward enough so that there's a little bit of space behind the lower back. The work is to take the back of that right thigh down to the floor, grounding that right femur bone. So we worked hard to tighten that right thigh around the bone. Do so more and more to prepare that leg for that heavy African elephant that's going to come and have a little seat right on that right thigh. So prepare that leg. Another alternative is to take a heavy weight on top of that right thigh to help to ground that right femur bone. Deep breaths here, deep, deep, deep breaths. Good. Let's take the right foot to the floor, and now let's take the strap around the ball of the left foot this time. Where's that happy glute? Just linking it around the ball of the left foot, leg straight. Number one, that left leg has to be straight. You don't want to be pulling the whole left side up, torquing that left SI area. So feel the center of the buttocks, legs straight, hands overhead. It's a nice, easy, we're not riding a horse. These are not reins. It's an easy strap. It's supposed to assist the effort. And we are pulling that left hip to the right foot. Letting the left side of the body get longer and longer. Opening that left hip and hamstring as we do so. Deep breaths here. And now let's straighten the right leg. Breathing deeply, full body breaths. nervous system. That's the good news. Let's take the bolster now and just tuck it underneath that left hip. Left arm to the left foot, right arm out to the side, so we have this T, and we press down through that right side. So the right side is working to keep the right side to the floor as we open the left. This is the stable line. Deep breaths, that's it. Feel the breath travel through the body. Feel that sense of ridiculously happy inside, that glow. Notice how the peace is coming. Deep exhale. Feel the exhale travel through your heels. Inhale as you bring that left leg back up to center. Let's bend that right leg and just release the arm. Let the leg stand on its own now. So it's very important to have that exhale travel through that left heel. That's where we're at. So take a deep inhale and exhale. Feel the lift through that left heel. Feel how the breath travels all the way down the spine and out through that left heel. So the left hip is dropping away from the left shoulder towards that right foot. The exhale is lengthening that left leg. Deep breaths here, deep breaths. So this simple asana right now was a main focus on one of the workshops. And you can see why. You can see how it really starts to evolve and create quite the experience for the body. Okay, let's bend that left leg and take the outer left foot, leading with that left shoulder blade. Draw the left shoulder blade down to the ground as you drop that left thigh to the outer left side body. So shoulder down, take that shoulder down. Shoulder drops on the exhale, armpit chest lifts on the inhale. Feel the lower ribs dropping down, there's space behind the lower back. And then if you feel the desire to straighten that right leg, do so. Deep breaths here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, draw the right thigh in to meet the left. Remove your happy strap off to the side. Let's draw the thighs to the chest and rock, rock, rock here. Rock from side to side. Let's just open the arms one more time to the T position. Drop your knees to the left. Take your left hand on top of your right thigh as you gaze to the right. So twisting is a great way to address the imbalance of the body. And as you gaze to the right, feel a sense of those right ribs drawing down into the left ribs. As the armpit chest engages to the right. up and forward to the right. Right hand on top of the left thigh. Let's lift the chest here. As you gaze to the left, those left ribs are drawing down into the right. So we create this counter stretch right in this armpit chest area. Let the breath lead this twist. The twist is profoundly affected by breath. Release that right hand and lift your knees up, and let's straighten the arms and legs. So we're taking a supine Tadasana, arms overhead, stretch, removing the memory of the twist from the spine. So feel that length through your heels. Pressing the backs of the thighs down. Probably go 2 inches taller. So deep exhales, pushing through the heels. And now let's take that bolster underneath the backs of the legs. And just kick it so it's tucking right underneath your sit bones. Blanket underneath the head. Tuck those shoulders in and under. And just lay flat now for your final breath, Shavasana. Take a deep inhale and exhale long and deep as you feel any last bit of tension leave the body. Letting the body now be heavy to the earth, softening the innermost corner of the eyes. Softening the innermost corner of the ears now. This is where tension begins in the body. Softening the inner corner of the ear. Allow the mind to be still now with the body. moving your fingers and your toes, draw class to the chest. Take that final rock. feel that length from your sits bones. Feel the tall sense of the body through the sides, lifting from the sits bones. Let's bring the hands to prayer and let the eyes fall back and down. And take a moment now and thank yourself for the effort. Thank yourself for devoting this time to come to yoga.